Okay, baby girl. So I ain't had a whole lot of time, I reckon. Just kind of getting back into action. Hey, it's Will with No Family Financial. Trying this new AI calendar or content calendar through TikTok. Gives you updates on what to talk about. Day two, I'm not sure how I feel about it, but yeah. So it says to talk about what a life insurance policy is. Part of me thinks that's super dumb, but I will do it. A life insurance policy is a policy you take out to ensure the loss of yourself, your own life. You make somebody a beneficiary. Someone else can be the owner. Never make the funeral home the owner. I don't care who tells you what. Don't do it. But you want to get like to get down to the exacts for what I do, like the type of insurance I cover. Okay, baby girl. Um, we sell final expense, which is a whole life policy, small policies to cover end of life expenses. I always thought it was a kind of a not odd name. I just always thought it was kind of funny. I guess I don't know. I mean, all life insurance is technically final expense life insurance because they're all through final expenses. Essentially, some people use them for different creative methods, but I'm not going to get into that. But whole life, your payments never increase. Coverage doesn't go up. Coverage doesn't go down. You're locked in. The only way something changes, which is a big issue for a lot of seniors, is your payments will tend to go up when you're switching your policy out every year and a half to 2 years. I can't beat this horse enough. Take out enough coverage to get what you want done. If that's not affordable for you, take out as much coverage as you can afford. Just explain to your children, your spouse, whoever's taking care of those final wishes for you. Hey, I can only afford X number of hours a month. I have $7,200 in coverage, and I want a full burial. Or maybe you don't care that you want a full burial, but you know the kids do. Like, hey, I can afford to cover this much. You're going to have to do some negotiating at the funeral home, order some stuff off of Amazon. Nobody needs all them damn flowers, but the kids can cover the rest. But that's the gist. The life insurance, final expense life insurance covers your final expenses, primarily cremation or your burial. There's other parts that could go into that as well. Your additional costs your kids would incur. Whoever's going to be managing your stuff. Like I've had clients tell me that live in some of these senior apartments, where you got to be 55 or older to live there. Say rent's due on the 1st and mom or dad dies on the 20th. You're not thinking about getting in the apartment right away. You might be there to get some stuff for the funeral, but you're going through everything, handling the cremation, handling the burial, reaching out to the family. You're dealing with those stuff. It might be the 3rd or the 4th when you go back into that apartment to get mom or dad's stuff out of there. I can't imagine it's true across the board for all of them, but I've heard from some of my clients that have run into this. When you go back in and mom or dad passed away and rent was due, they're going to make you pay a month's rent to get in that door to get all their stuff out. So either get in that house, get into that apartment before, or make sure there's enough coverage to cover those incidentals. The purpose of this policy is to take care of all this stuff for your family so that they're not out of pocket. They're just grieving. They're doing what they're supposed to do. Unfortunately, a lot of people stop at the funeral. Even people that can afford more. Like, oh, such and such. I looked at this. I saw a price. Somebody died. It was 15 grand. I need $15,000, and I'm 60 and in perfect health. Don't have a plot or headstone. Well, that's today. That's right now, or whatever day it was that person passed away that you paid that bill. So it's not going to be the same 10, 15, 20 years from now. 2 years from now, most likely. It's going to be a little bit more. But time off, family members that are out of town, anybody that's got to travel, how much unpaid leave. You can have children. Your kids can have great jobs, good benefits. They could have just taken the vacation of their life, and then mom or dad died. They weren't sick. They just had a car crash. A bus fell on them. A tornado or some nonsense, right? Like, you don't know when you're going to go. I just spent all my vacation days, right? And then mom passes away. Okay, they're going to give me 5 days of bereavement. Like maybe, whether that's paid or unpaid. Even if it's paid, 5 days ain't enough to get all this done. How much time am I going to miss for everything else? All the stuff, all the, getting their stuff out of their apartment, out of the house, if they're renting, if they own the house, it's going through proper channels and you're going to sell it. Are you going to sell it as is? You're going to maintain it? Who's going to pay the water bill? Who's going to mow the grass? fines don't add up, who's going to make sure the pipes aren't frozen in the winter, all these things, right? It's hard to put an exact cost on it if you're going strictly for the funeral. I mean, it's an easy number. You can go on to like funerosity.com, look at the funeral homes in your area, look what they're charging. Don't call them. You don't have to go in and see these people. If your best friend is a funeral director and you're dead set on the fact that, I went to school with this person and they're going to give my family the best deal because we've always used them. Every price anybody's ever told me about any of those funeral homes versus the price I've been able to look up, that they will actually still charge astronomically different. And stop going to funeral homes and don't do cremation. If they're not offering the cremation in-house and you're getting cremated or your loved one's getting cremated for any reason, do that shit somewhere else. Call another funeral home. Find out where they're sending your loved one to get cremated. Pay those people to do it. These people aren't your friends. I don't care if it's your brother and if they're not telling you to call the person they're calling, I can't even wrap my mind around how these people gain the trust. I'm so trustworthy. I'm charging you 3 times the amount that my competitor would charge you if you walk in the door to get a cremation. Super trustworthy. Yeah, I let you make payments on a super overpriced funeral one time, and I got you for life. Disgusting. Eats me up. So yeah, that's life insurance in a nutshell. Whole life doesn't change. It's enough to cover your final wishes. With our type of, final expense type of life insurance, easy underwriting. You're not, a nurse doesn't come up and see you. There's no blood draw, no urine sample. You're not waiting on your doctor to fill out paperwork and send back, 8, 10 years of medical history. Nothing like that. It's fairly simple. Those policies do exist if you're young enough, you're healthy enough, you qualify for fully underwritten. Go that route because you probably need more coverage. I would still suggest having a separate final expense policy for your funeral so they don't get tied up. Leave one for the family, cover whatever it is you want to leave that nest egg behind for, and then get another small policy to cover your final wishes. The funeral home should never know if you're the type of person that does 5 to 10 times your income, to leave that for your spouse when you pass or your kids, whatever. Funeral home shouldn't even know that exists. Don't let your family get taken advantage of. And talk to your family. Be for real. I hear so many. I'll write policies on people in their 50s. I don't want nothing. I just want cremated. Blah blah blah. And they're referrals from their parents in their late 70s. Their parents tell me the same thing. They just want it cheap. Even the ones that want buried. They don't want all them flowers. They don't want a $5,000-$6,000 casket. You're never going to see it again. Stop paying to put people's names on the outside of the casket or the outside of the vault. Yeah, buy a pine box. Water's going to get in it. Don't let anybody tell you any different.